was a little bit more distant because he was so focused on work. Like in the morning he was in the news, at night he'd have all these different shows, so I didn't really get to talk to him as much. But now that I'm older, he's more established, and all these different things, it's easier for me to talk to him. So we've gotten to get to know each other, bond a bit more, and all those different things.
You were born year?
Oh, 2006.
2006.
Yes.
So, ang gagawin natin is we will try to understand the mindset of a Gen Z.
I think definitely in the more recent generations, we've been more outspoken because we have a platform to be outspoken on. So social media has definitely become a huge thing in younger generations. And so a lot of people who were talking about me, commenting on me, all these different things on Twitter or wherever, they didn't really know who I was.
And what you went through.
Yeah, I tolerated it once, I'm not going to tolerate it again, basically.
So bigyan na natin sila ng context para dun sa nanonood sa atin ngayon. Siguro nag-iisip sila, ano yung controversy? Nagsimula yan doon sa TikTok, di ba? Nag-post kayo, it started with Guess the Bill Challenge. Okay, so ikwento natin sa kanila, paano nangyari yung Guess the Bill Challenge na yun at pinost?
Okay, so I was invited to my friend's birthday dinner. It was her birthday, and it was a nice dinner that her agency treated us to, and we were just joking around, and we knew it was an expensive dinner. It was quite an expensive dinner. And so there's this trend on TikTok called Guess the Bill. And we decided to do a spin on it in a way like, oh, jokingly, winner has to pay. A lot of my content on TikTok is very joking, very sarcastic, very satire. And I think a lot of my original audience knew that, but then the video kind of got posted to an audience that didn't really know me. And I think that's where things start to get blown out of proportion in a way. Because the video was a joke. We didn't actually pay for it. And I clarified that in the video as well, my statement video, that it was a joke. But yeah, it blew out of proportion.
Kasi dinamay na yung surname mo, family mo,
Yeah.
di ba?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
lolo mo,
Yeah.
daddy mo, mami mo,
Yeah.
nipo baby.
Yeah.
Ang dami nang tinawag sa'yo.
Yeah.
So when it blew up, kailan mo na nalaman na parang, ay, medyo lumaki to?
I think so. What happened was more and more a regular kind of disciplinary action or move or anything like that. So I remember I casually mentioned it to my first grade teacher, and then she told my parents, and she said, like, this is okay, like, blah, 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 blah. And
Kinausap ka ng parents mo about it?
yeah, they told my parents. I think that was the first kind of taste of like my parents finding out something about my yaya. But I only fully told them everything when I started going to therapy, and I realized, like, wait, this wasn't normal, that wasn't normal, this wasn't normal.
Parang yung kinukwento sa atin ni Emman ngayon is also an awakening para sa ating mga parents. Na yung kung saan natin iniiwan at kung sinong nag-aalaga sa mga anak natin, malaki din ang nagiging impact nila sa personality at pagkatao ng mga anak natin. Yan ang magiging childhood memory nila. So kung anong ginagawa ng yaya or ng guardian, magkakaroon ng malaking impact yun. So paano yan naka-affect sa mental health mo growing up? Na naging malaking influence yung yaya. Kasi sinabi mo, naging verbally abusive siya sa'yo in a way?
Yeah.
She puts you down the way she speaks to you?
Yeah.
Physical? What kind of physical was done to you?
So, because I was scared to be in rooms alone, she had to sleep in bed with me. And so every time I would move to change positions, she'd slap me.
Hindi mo sinusumbong yun? You didn't tell that to your parents? That Mayaya was hitting you?
No, I didn't. I didn't realize it wasn't normal. I think a lot of my childhood, I thought a lot of these things were normal.
So gaano katagal nag-last? Naalala mo ba yung ganung cycle? Like,
I think she got fired for an unrelated reason to me. I think she talked back to my parents. Yeah, that's when she just left.
yeah, pero yung impact na ginawa niya sa buhay mo, di ba?
Yeah, after a while I started to realize it was wrong, and I started to process more things, but there were some things that were, I was scarred in.
1 to 7 years is the formative years of a
Yeah,
child.
exactly.
So kasama yung yaya sa formative years mo. So ano yung mga na-realize mo na wrong that were done to you? Aside from being locked in the closet, put down, nice words.
Things also related to sexual experiences.
Paano yung sexual? Alam to ng parents mo na?
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
One thing was I had always known what sex was. I had always known since for however long. I never had to have the birds and the bees kind of talk with my parents or anyone, or when, in wellness class, we had a wellness class where they teach sex ed, and I knew all of this. And then
Bakit mo nalaman?
it's because my yaya, she would tell me things in depth about like, oh, this is what sex is. This is like, all the different details, and then like she'd make me watch porn with her.
Nanonood ng porn ng yaya? Babae yung yaya?
She's a girl, yeah.
Nanonood siya ng porn?
Yeah.
With you?
Yes.
How old were you?
As a toddler, like 3 or 4 years old.
Oh my God.
And then one of the
Wala
first
alam ng parents mo dito? Because they were working.
Yeah, the sexual experiences were the first ones that I kind of realized this is not
Mali.
Yeah, because those are kind of more established boundaries as you grow older.
Yes.